Hello and welcome back to the vlog. This is going to be a little bit different than the normal vlog. This is actually going to be my reaction to the Green Industry podcast with Paul Jamison, who I was a guest on his podcast. It's about the green industry, hardscaping, lawn care, landscaping, the whole thing, right? And I did that interview 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago, something like that. But anyway, I'll link that below if you want to go listen to it and kind of get my perspective on business, life, work balance, blah, blah, blah. But I just got some Instagram DMs here from Paul and then a text message from Naylor, Taliaferro, who's a lawn care guy up in Richmond, Virginia area. Paul, of course, is here in Atlanta, does the Green Industry podcast, but also has a lawn care business in like the Duluth, Sugar something. I can't remember, and I'm in Atlanta, embarrassing. But anyway, I just got a couple Instagram DMs from Paul about, hey, we talked about you on the podcast today. So full disclosure, I haven't listened to this whole thing yet, so I don't know what they say, but you're going to see my reaction as I'm listening to it, because just from the clip he sent me, I'm like, oh, really? So anyway, I do have 2 mics though, one for the computer so you can hear the audio, and then another one for my voice here so you can get my reaction and my... I don't think they're going to be super happy about how this is going to go for them, but it is what it is. So anyway, again, the Green Industry podcast, a lawn care, landscaping, hardscaping podcast that guys pop in their earpods and listen to it all day while they're working in that business. And I think, a lot of what they talk about there, because again, I like Paul, I like Naylor, we're friends, but we do need to set the record straight. I do think it's a good thing, not just for those guys in that industry, but also good for business, small business in general. A lot of the stuff that you learn in lawn care and landscaping, you apply to every business, especially service business. So electrical, HVAC, plumbing, the whole thing, right? And all of this, I think, is really applicable, what they talk about, to certainly the lawn care and landscaping industry, but there's techniques, strategies, things that you can learn from that podcast that you can take into any other business. And I use a lot of the real estate stuff, because real estate is way behind lawn care and landscaping in terms of social media and marketing, so on and so forth. But anyway, let's get into the reaction video. Obviously, I'm not going to play you this 30-minute long podcast, but they did talk about me for a couple of minutes, it sounds like. So I want to address with you all my reaction, but also I think this is a good opportunity for me to, again, set the record straight that based on the one clip I heard, I'm not super pleased with what these guys have said. And again, we can still be friends. We can agree to disagree. I also want to make it abundantly clear that this won't affect my relationship, my friendship with these guys. I still love you guys, and the drama, the beef, however this is going to be viewed, don't take it that way at all. I know you two won't, but for everyone else, I'm not trying to start anything here. This is just, I thought it would be funny, first of all. And secondly, I did think it was a great opportunity for me to say, look, we don't agree, but we're still going to be friends at the end of the day. Because right now, there's a big problem in this world where we can't see eye to eye, and yet we hate each other somehow. I can disagree with you politically, how you handle your money, your family, your kids, everything in your life, but I can still be friends with you. If you don't learn anything else from this video, that's what you should take away, because I'm not here to start drama. That is not me. If you know me well, you know I don't start drama. So I just want to say that, put that out there first and foremost, because that's not where this is coming from. This is coming from things were said, and I'm going to say things back, and this will be a give and a take, right? Like every good discussion, every good dialogue. And at the end of the day, next time I see you, what's up, bro? How's it going, man? You good? That's it. We're still going to be friends. I'm not worried about that at all. But I think it's a lesson for the kids out there. If you disagree, if you bump heads with people, listen, take it in, formulate your response, put it back out, and then don't apologize for it. That's it, right? So we can agree to disagree. But so much more importantly than that, we can still be friends. We can still be bros and not be on the same page. That's totally okay. So if anything else, that's all I really want you to learn from all of this today. Full context, they're talking about hiring employees and the grind of this industry and of small business and being an entrepreneur in general. And so I think Paul's about to ask a question about hiring employees. So here we go.
So how do you, get the right guys? I was just talking with Mitchell from North Carolina the other day, and I mean, you and me and our buddies in these group chats and stuff, we've talked for years. How do we find the right people? What's been some experience that you've learned?
First of all, that was a disaster. And I think it always is and always will be, because you're paying these guys $10, $15 an hour, right? So, what you're hiring for is not a $100,000 job. We're talking about cutting grass, right? So I always found that as a challenge myself. And in 3.5 years, 3.5 years of operation, we had 4 employees, plus me. So me plus 4 other guys. My cousin worked for us. Another guy in my neighborhood worked for us for 4 hours. I'll talk about that some other time. Another guy in my neighborhood was living with his mom, aunt, something like that, and he also worked for me for a little while. And then I had one other guy that was fantastic, the diesel tech. If you listen to my podcast episode with him, with Paul, you'll hear me talk a little bit about him. And super overqualified, went to Florida. That's why I sold the business. But anyway, here we go.
In your business of that process and getting the right people on board?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think for me, it's been resilience, I guess. Like, I just haven't given up. I mean, because at the end of the day, some people can just get lucky, and some parts of the country, as we know, are really rough for a lot of things. They have rough customers, they have rough time finding employees and all that kind of stuff. So you can work in the perfect place where, like let's smash it, Matt, let's smash it over there, over there in Atlanta, that's, charging tons of money to mow lawns and stuff, and he's got the primo customers and all that. If you live are privileged enough to live in that kind of area and you've got great customers,
Okay. Every area has great customers. Every area has bad customers. I didn't get lucky. Now, I am lucky to live where I am because we've worked hard and we lived well below our means, and we bought our house, as you guys know, at the very bottom of the market. So we got into this house you watch Zillow, and you know how I feel about Zillow, but you watch Zillow price on our house go down, and even this area go down, and then you see us buy, and then it goes down $10,000, and then skyrockets. So I'm not lucky. Now, the harder I work, the luckier I get, right? But I'm not lucky. I am not a victim of this circumstance, of this area, or anything else. And anyone that blames their area, their customers for their business is a loser. I said it. You are a loser. Move! If you don't like your area, if you don't like your customers, get better one. This is all up to you. You're an entrepreneur. So anyway, let's continue.
Margin on all of your services, and because of your pricing and everything is so good, and you're able to find good employees too, then that's kind of a lot of luck, right? You're just kind of...
Okay, it's not luck, Naylor. It's not luck. I hired some crappy employees, and I live in this lucky area, you say. So don't at me with that, bro. Don't at me with that. And I'm not mad, by the way. But I'm using this opportunity and this platform that they have, as well as what I have with you guys here. There is no luck in business. The market doesn't give a crap. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate or in lawn care and landscaping. It doesn't matter. And especially over the last 4 months, as you saw me talk about Apron and Ladle the other day, and other restaurants, and in this area, in a very affluent area of Atlanta, they're not lucky. They didn't get lucky over the last couple months. How dare you?
The right place, the right time. So really, it really just comes down to, if you don't have that luck, you have to just grind it out. You have to just...
Okay. Talk to my wife about the grind. Talk to my wife about working a full-time job and then working on my business for 6 months on the nights and the weekends and the holidays and the birthday parties and the family gatherings. And I'm here. I'm in the lucky area, like you're saying. So again, Naylor, I love you, brother. I really, really, really love you, and I love everything that you stand for, and this will not change our relationship at all, because again, we can agree to disagree. I'm not lucky. There was a grind. I mean, what did you just say here?
It really just comes down to, if you don't have that luck, you have to just like grind it out.
Okay, so I grinded it out, and I'm in this area, so there's no difference. We're on the same. Now, my cost of living is also higher, probably, than rich. Same difference. So my costs are higher, your costs are lower. Your prices are lower, my prices are higher. There is no difference. And again, this is all applicable to any business. This isn't just lawn care and landscaping. Let's continue.
To just find a way.
Let me say something. If Matt listen, Matt'd be furious if we used the word luck. He would.
I am, Matt, and because it's not luck.
Sale is intentional skill. He lives in Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is the rich part of Georgia. You know,
right.
rich.
One of. Paul's in like the next richest area.
Neighborhood of Georgia, but he would be mad if we were sitting here saying
You're darn right.
luck. Well, Sebastian wasn't luck. He was a shrewd businessman.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's lucky. I'm saying his circumstances are luckier than some other folks.
I see what you mean. I see what you.
Okay. So, yes, the harder I work, the luckier I get. Am I in a good area? Yes. Can I charge premiums? Absolutely. When I was in that business, yes. But if you think for 1 minute that when I was in that business, I didn't have bad customers or, bad clients that like always wanted to negotiate their price, always wanted to get something for free, always wanted something, like, there's bad customers everywhere. It doesn't matter if you're in the best neighborhood or the worst neighborhood or somewhere in the middle. There's bad clients and customers everywhere. And that's true in real estate as well. There's people you just don't want to work with, and that's okay.
I mean, I see what you mean.
If La Smash It lived in, Indiana.
Where Payjack lives, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
You get where I'm going.
Okay, so La Smash It lives in the rich suburb of Atlanta, not the hood.
Right.
There you go. But
Personal decision. I'm sorry. If you don't like where you live, move. What's wrong with you people? Come on. I mean, I hate victim mentality. Especially among entrepreneurs. You're better than that. You're so much better than that. It's why you decided to start a business. Don't. Bro, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And again, we're still going to be friends after this. But that's why I'm making this video, for you guys to understand where I sit on this, but also for them to go and watch this and go, oof, that was rough. That was rough. He's lucky, or he's in lucky circumstances. You go where you go.
I don't want him to be listening.
Oh, I'm listening.
Send me a text.
Right.
Luck.
Yeah.
Luck.
No. He definitely had a lot of great strategies, and he got after it for that, and he's getting after it for real estate for sure. He's strategic. He's got it down pat. But what I'm saying is, he also has the environment in his favor. So,
again, move. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm so over it.
I don't have that environment in my favor, and we know Payjack and a lot of other folks that are probably listening don't have that in their favor. So
move. If that environment's so bad, move. What are you waiting for? If the customers are so bad, if you can't charge the prices you want to charge, if you can't cover your costs, if you can't run a good business, move. What is keeping you there? Nothing. Oh, I got my family here. Oh, okay, so your family is more important than your business. That's fine. It's okay. Whatever you want. But my God, man, this really makes me mad.
Question probably speaks to them more so than others, because it's easy for people in the right environment.
What did you just say? Naylor, I'm calling you right now. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Again, go talk to my wife about the weekends and the nights and the birthday parties and the family events that I missed. And I know you're missing them too, but I'm lucky because I had a great business. Come on, man. You're better than that.
just be like, oh yeah, you just do this and you do that, and I just get this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they don't really have anything really to say. But what I'm saying is that I just grinded it out. Like there was no secret sauce, no secret recipe, and there still isn't. And I'm
Yes, there is. There is a secret sauce. There is a secret recipe. Work your face off for 6 months while you're working a full-time job. That's the answer. If that's what you're looking for, if that's all you get away from this video, that's the answer. If you're looking for a secret recipe, work your freaking face off. Just like I do with Instagram, just like I do with Facebook, just like I do with real estate, just like I do with LinkedIn, just like I do with the podcast, just like I do with selling Sandy Springs. What, bro? Come on. Just like I used to do with Periscope and Snapchat and now doing with YouTube, like, This is disappointing. These guys are better than this, I think, personally.
Still not complacent. Like, the biggest thing I learned from last year was don't stop hiring. Like,
Okay. All right, so it sounds like they're done talking about me. Again, Paul, Naylor, I love you guys. And I wanted to make this because, A, I thought it would be funny, actually, number one. But number two, I want to cut out all the crap for a moment, right? This is misleading. This is a problem. You're giving people with a victim mentality a reason to make excuses. There are no excuses. If you don't like where you live, move. If you can't build the business you want to in an area, move. You have options. You can always charge more. You can. Prices can always go up. Now, do customers fall off? Yes, but then you get better ones that find your value. I was just doing a TikTok about this, actually, so Paul will get a kick out of this. Anytime a client asks me to reduce my price or to reduce my commission in real estate, right? Like if they were in one of my lawn care customers and they were like, this guy over here is charging less. Okay, good for him. I'm not running his business, I'm running mine. This is my price. This is what I'm willing to do. Yes or no? Move on. If you're hustling and if you're working on the marketing and sales piece of your business, you'll never have this problem, by the way. And that's where a lot of these guys get this thing screwed up, is that you go out and get your 50 customers for two guys, 2 employees, and then you stop marketing, you turn it off. I never turned off sales and marketing. Do you know why? Because about every year I would lose 5 customers. But do you know what else would happen? I would pick up 10. And those 10 were better than the 5. And they paid more than the 5. That's why my business got better. I'm not going to agree. And again, we can still be friends. I'm not going to agree with you guys on this. We disagree on this. This is a fundamental problem, I think, is that other people around the country are in other areas. Does that mean they're in different circumstances? Yes. Does that mean that they can't succeed? Absolutely not. Really, really disappointed in this. And again, for all the fun that was made and all the laughing, I get it, I'm with you. It's funny to talk about because you're in it. It's funny to laugh at because it's happening to you. But at the end of the day, it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad that people don't change their circumstances to make their life better, to make their business better, to provide for their family better. And if you have a problem with that, leave me a comment below and I will address you personally, because if you guys think for 1 minute that I got lucky, or that I didn't grind, that I didn't work like you did because you're in a different area, or in a different zip code, or in a different part of town, or have different equipment, or have different costs, why is that on me? Shouldn't that be on you? And again, we can still all be friends, but if you think this way, this is loser mentality. This is victim mentality. You need to change your way of thinking because you're wrong. You are. There are so many people in this country that came from nothing and built something that it's almost an insult to them to say that you can't. And I was just talking about this on my Instagram story yesterday. People told me when I first got into real estate and was doing Instagram stories daily about real estate, you can't get a real estate lead from Instagram. You can't get a real estate lead from social media. Okay. I don't talk to you anymore. I don't hang out with you anymore. Your mindset is broken. That's what we call a limiting belief. And if your limiting belief is that your area or your zip code or your city or your town or your state or your region is making you a product of it, you're broken and you need change. I won't stand for it. Anyway, that is the vlog. Thank you guys so much for coming along. Hopefully this was somewhat entertaining, but also I hope really, I don't want to say inspirational because I hate inspirational, motivational stuff. But at the same time, like, I had to be real with you guys on this. I can't, and this is not, look, I don't know how many followers and podcasts, whatever, like, that means nothing to me. This is for you guys, my audience, to know two things. The first, when someone comes at me with stuff like this, I want to come back with a place of education, a place of information, because you don't know me, you don't know my circumstances, you don't know what I've done or what I've tried or what I've failed at or what I've succeeded at, and on what level, by the way. But secondary to that, like, I'm just not going to stand for it. A lot of people just go, oh, those guys are just talking. No, this is an opportunity for me, and I wanted to use, this platform. I wanted to use YouTube to be able to address it, and for you, the 100 or so subscribers that I have here, to understand where I come from on this, because, again, I think it's an insult to me. It's an insult to people that have built great businesses, and you're going to be like, oh, Matt, you're taking this too seriously. As an entrepreneur, if you don't take your business seriously, no one else will. Thanks for watching.